can call me Mystic Mike because I predict these things.
Dustin Jacoby takes on Julius Walker this Saturday on the main card of UFC Fight Night. Dustin Jacoby was supposed to be fighting Jimmy Crute, who tore his ACL, unfortunately. So now Julius Walker is taking this fight on short notice. He was supposed to be fighting Uran Satibaldiev, who had to pull out. So now he is taking on Dustin Jacoby. He recently had a win over Rafael Sequeira back in August. Lost a split decision to Alonzo Minifield before that. So Dustin Jacoby coming in off of 2 knockouts, one over Vitor Petrino, and what was a pretty close fight, and then he sparked him out and then got the first round knockout over Bruno Lopez. Kind of had a sketchy resume before that. TKO by Dominic Reyes, took a lot of damage and a loss to Alonzo Minifield. Got the finish over Kenny Nzechukwu, but ran into Azamat Murzakanov before that, who's turned out to be, or I always knew, but is an absolute savage. Lost to Khalil Roundtree by split decision. Again, not a terrible look. So had a sketchy little patch there, but it's against, pretty good guys. Alonzo Minifield, say what you want, he's a dangerous guy. Pretty good guy overall. And has looked really good as of late. And Julius Walker, I don't think that he is, at this point in his career, he's young, 26 years old. He's an athlete. I just don't think that he's UFC level at this point in his career. And it's hard for me to pick him, especially on short notice, taking on somebody like Dustin Jacoby, who's got tons of experience. He's got much more finishing potential. He's fought the much better caliber of athlete. He's a former glory kickboxer, started Taekwondo when he was like a 4-year-old, wrestled when he was younger as well, was a multi-sport athlete growing up. He only loses to really good fighters. He's fought the much better competition. I like his leg kicks going into this one, his technical abilities on the feet. He can fight from both stances. He's got a really effective jab, really good feints, pushes forward really well. And I think he's just going to be way too much for Julius Walker on the feet. I don't think that Julius Walker is going to be able to get him to the ground or kind of stall it out the way that he did against Sequeira and against Alonzo Minifield, where he would get into trouble, he'd get cracked, and he'd find a way to kind of stall the action or get it to the ground. Or he was lucky in his last fight against Sequeira, he didn't get KO'd in that fight. And I think if he finds himself in those circumstances against Dustin Jacoby, he's going to get put out cold, and I think that he is going to find himself in those circumstances. I think that Jacoby is much higher level in terms of striking ability than Sequeira. I know that he struggled and lost to Alonzo Minifield, and you could say that Julius Walker had a relatively competitive close fight with Alonzo Minifield, which he did. It was a split decision, but MMA math doesn't really work, in my opinion. And I think that Dustin Jacoby, he's really only losing to high-level guys, getting hurt by guys with really good technique, a lot of power, and I just don't see Julius Walker being able to hurt Dustin Jacoby on the feet. I don't see him being able to kind of out-grapple him or hold him against the cage or anything like that. I think that Jacoby, he's got really good footwork, he's got really good timing, he's going to be able to circle out of danger and not really find himself in any precarious positions against somebody like Julius Walker. So I'm going to go Dustin Jacoby. I think he gets this one done. I think that he is just too big of a step up in competition for somebody like Julius Walker. He is getting up there in age, 37 years old, but on a 2-fight winning streak, doesn't look like he's really slowing down that much. So I think that he's going to spark out Julius Walker in round 1 or 2. Thanks.